today what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at fractions out of the same shape. So this is a whole, the whole thing, right? They're all the same size. And what we're going to do is when we're looking at a shape, the whole shape is the same size, we can divide them into different fractions. And so what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at some fractions. So on the other side, this side, okay, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is divided into 7 pieces. This one's divided into 2 pieces. And this one's divided into 3 pieces. So if I were to write the fractions on there, okay, this fraction here is 1/3, right? This is 1/3 of the whole thing because it's 1 out of the 3 pieces. This one would be 1/2 because it's 1 out of the 2 pieces. And this one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's 1 out of 7 pieces, so it's 1/7. Okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to compare these fractions. And you can kind of take a look and understand when it's all the same size, it's easy to see which piece is bigger. So let's pretend that 3 kids ordered themselves pizzas. Let's say this is Jose, let's say this is Vianney, and this is Zuha's pizza. Okay? So Jose only ate 1/7 of his pizza. And who did I say was this pizza? Vianney only ate a half, and Zuha ate 1/3 of her pizza. Okay, we wanted to figure out how we can compare this greater than and less than. So let's compare a couple. Okay, if I compare what Jose ate compared to what Vianney ate, what would I say? Greater than or less than? And is Jose's piece greater than or less than Vianney's? If I look, it's less than. I can compare this piece. If I lay it on top, I see that that piece is smaller than the piece she ate. So 1/7 is less than 1/2, okay? If I were to compare it to this one, I could say 1/7 is less than 1/3. We've talked about that. We can see the denominator. This one's cut into 3 pieces. Those pieces are bigger than this one that's cut into 7 pieces. So when I have the same shape and I cut them into different lengths, different pieces, of the same. They all have to be the same size, right? We have to partition them equally. We can tell 1/2 is greater than 1/3 and 1/3 is greater than 1/7. Or we could say the opposite. 1/7 is less than 1/3 and 1/3 is less than 1/2. You can see it. So what we're going to do today is we're going to draw some pictures and be able to tell how we can make a fraction greater than or less than. So when you look at your work today, you're going to have a sheet that looks like this. And here's the sample. It says 1/4 is less than 1/2. And I can see that. This is divided into 4 pieces. This piece is smaller than this one because I can see it would look like that. Okay? So 1/4 is less than 1/2. So what we have to do is we're going to draw the same shape and we're going to divide it so that we can make this sentence true. So I can see this is a square. So over here, I'm going to draw the same square. I'm going to try and draw the same exact size. It might be a little bit different, okay? This says 1/3, right? I'm going to mark it 1/3. I'm going to write the fraction over here so I can see it. 1/3 is greater than what? I have to divide this similar. Do you see that these are in strips? So I'm going to divide this one into strips, but I need to make it less than because this one, if this is greater, I need to make this one, these pieces smaller. So let's divide this one. I'm going to divide it into 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to color in one of those pieces. And this is 1/4. Okay? I know 1/4 is smaller than this. So now I've made this true. 1/3 is greater than 1/4. So I'm going to draw a fraction. Okay, let's look at number 2. This is a long, kind of like a tape diagram. I'm going to draw the same shape. Remember, we're doing the same hole. Okay, so this is 1 out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is 1/5. So it's telling me 1/5 is less than. How can I make this less than? Well, then let's divide this shape into less pieces because remember, bigger pieces. So let's divide this one into thirds. 1, 2. So this is 1/3. You can see if I color this piece in. 1/3 of this is bigger than. So 1/5 is less than 1/3. Do you see what I'm doing here? What I'm doing is I am drawing this same shape, but I'm dividing it to make this number sentence true. So let's try this one down here. It says, I'll move this up. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 1/10 is colored in. So I'm going to draw the same shape. This is a rectangle. I'm going to draw this same rectangle. And all I have to do is, it says 1/10 is greater than what? Oh, greater than. So I've got to make this even smaller. So if this is divided into 10 pieces, to make this one smaller, let's see. I'm going to go right down the middle just like they did. And instead of 10 pieces, let's divide it into 12 pieces. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's not exactly perfect, but I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I could even do more. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Whoa, that is. So I'm going to color in one of these pieces. Okay, how many did we say? 1/16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep. So is this true? 1/10 is greater than, bigger than 1/16. It sure is. I can tell that big difference. I divided it up into more. So that's what you're going to do today, is you're going to be looking at the same whole, the same shape, but dividing it equally or differently, excuse me, so that you have the same, to make the fraction correct. So let's take a look at what else you're going to have on your work today. I'm going to show, it's kind of the same thing. You can see for this one I would draw a similar shape. Okay, and how could it be greater than? Well, this one's divided into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pieces. So I'd have to divide this one into less than 8 pieces. Okay, this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this one's 1/9. And this one's going to be less, so I'd have to divide it into more than ninths. It would have to be tenths, 11ths, or 12ths. I hope that you're seeing that pattern. Okay, I'm going to show you this one. I'm going to fold this so you can see it. Okay, it says fill in the blank with a fraction to make the statement true and draw a matching model. So they're saying when I draw the matching number, it's got to look exactly the same. 1/4 is less than what? Okay, well, I'm going to draw the same shape. This is a square. Okay, so if this is less than this one, we want to make this one greater than. So I have to have more pieces or less pieces, because the more pieces I have, the smaller it gets. So let's just do something simple. Let's just cut it in half. Okay, so did I make this true? Is 1/4 less than 1/2? It's true. I can just color that in. So 1/4 is less than 1/2, and I made that true. Okay, and the same thing, I'm going to draw the same shape. This one's kind of different. Kind of looks like that, like a square. And then it looks like the edges were cut off. And then another square, and that edge cut off. So, okay, so it says 1/2 is greater than what? Well, let's see if we can. That looks about right. Okay, so is 1/2 greater than 1/4? It sure is. We just did that. Okay, so that's how you're going to work on this today when you do it, and you're going to compare. You will also have some word problems, and just do your best on this one. I'm going to give you an example. Robert ate half of this small pizza. Elizabeth ate 1/4 of the large pizza. Elizabeth says my piece was larger than yours, so that means 1/4 is greater than 1/2. Well, yeah, this piece looks bigger, but why? What do we notice about these two circles? Are the circles the same? They're not. This circle was much smaller. So if the shapes aren't the same size, then the fractions aren't going to correlate. They're not going to be the same. So she's not correct, because the circles were two different sizes. If they were the same size, then it would be correct. All right, good luck on doing this. I'm sure you will do just fine. If you have any questions, please just ask for help.